Welcome in to the Corona Cero post show of what was a short but sweet and fun day of professional surfing here at Punta Roca in El Salvador. We love the Surf City El Salvador Pro, and so does this guy. Alan Cleland hasn't made a heat all year, but guess what? Comes to El Salvador. He's into the quarterfinals for the first time of the season. The locals absolutely loving it. My name's Jessie Starling, joined in the booth by Mitch Salazar and by Strider Wozalewski. This was a fun heat to watch, Mitch.
It was a bit slow out there, but both guys had, a couple opportunities. Out converted on 3 waves though, Jess. Slow and score was a 6, and then he backed it up with a 667, a 613. So very methodical in his approach. Surfed a perfect heat though by today's standards.
And Al just with so much support here in Strider to also have his family here. I mean, his dad's here. Obviously, Snake is in his corner. It feels like this is finally just the clog starting to turn for Al Cleland.
Yeah, it's kind of a new Al. I like it. It's something that, you just have his nickname as a little guy, but now he's Big Al to me. I mean, I love watching him grow into this and relish the moments and take it seriously, and something that he really turned the corner on this event. And it was a do or die situation, and his corner solid, but I think that he's doing the work too personally, which is, I think, the key point here is that he is putting his head down. He knows he needs to get serious. He knows he needs to get out there and go strong and really pull back from all of the kind of, after the dark, it gets dark, and he's settling in, having a nice little dinner and going to bed.
I like that, and I feel like the majority of this event that we've seen so far, we've seen so many underdog stories start to unveil in front of us. It felt like today it kind of shifted a little bit. I mean, we got some underdog stories with Al making into the quarterfinals, but the guys who you thought would make heats, e.g. I'm talking Leo and Gabe, they really did prevail today, Mitch.
Yeah, they did. I think the waves played into a lot of people's strengths too. It wasn't easy out there despite having some quality waves on hand. I also thought 45 minutes, that's a large amount of time. So I think that benefited, for the most part, the people with experience competing at 40-minute heats or beyond that. But itself, this is not an easy wave to decipher from the top of the point all the way to the bottom. So patience was actually very instructional out there, and I feel like the best surfer did prevail in those 45 minutes that we had available.
And Strider, for you, thinking about just the crop of talent that we've got moving into the quarterfinals, is it where you thought it would be when we started this event?
No, not even close. I mean, Gabriel maybe, Leo maybe, but I feel like, the Toledos of the world and the Colapintos and those guys, I feel like they were going to be there, and they're not. And I feel like we're going to have a new winner at this event, and I feel like it's a little bit of a fresh look, and I can't look away from the world #1 right now, who's, Ferrari. He's on fire, and with Italo being injured, but still having the freedom and looking really good. And then Medina right behind him and #2 in the world. These guys, the dominance is there, and I could see those guys, right there at the end.
It's exciting. It really is. The man of the moment right now, though, is Al Cleland, and he is with our very own Chris Cote down on the glass.
Yeah, thank you so much. Congratulations, Al. I can feel the energy and emotion coming from you. How important was that heat win to how you're feeling right now?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's my career on the line. I haven't made a heat all day, so to make it, past that, 3rd round, I've never really did it last year, so really happy that I can accomplish a goal of mine this year. And yeah, I'm super happy. The waves are firing. It wasn't like the best conditions, but there were still some, some really good waves coming in. And yeah, I'm happy I got out there, got 2 good opportunities and took advantage and, made it on top. Baron's one of my really good friends, so I always looked up to him, and yeah, I was just honored to have a heat with him, and yeah, he was ripping all event.
Man, surfing is hard. I know you put so much into it. You've always been a raw, incredibly talented surfer. But what have you been doing lately to kind of go out there and be the tactical Al that got you through that heat?
Yeah, I don't know. I went to a training camp, like I said in my last interview, with Julian and his son and Leilani, Havana, everybody. We did it for 2 weeks, and we worked pretty hard and, just trying to stay focused, stay in the moment. And I swear mock heats help. Nobody thinks, but once you do them, you get more, more comfortable in the jersey, and it really helped me out this year. And yeah, I'm really happy to have done that with Julian. Thanks. And here with Snake, working, surfing every day, staying relaxed, hanging out with my dad, all my friends at the house, doing ice baths every day. It's sick. I'm stoked to, get a couple waves.
Oh, Al Cleland, ice baths. I did not see that one coming. I love it. We got to talk about the fans. I can't talk to you and not talk about the fans. You have the loudest fan base of the whole event so far. They're going to be sticking with you into the quarterfinals. What does it mean to you to perform for all these people that have come to watch you serve?
Yeah, you know, it's insane to have so much support in a country that's not your home. It's, you know, they make me feel at home here. Everybody's so nice. I've been coming for years, and yeah, you know, all my friends from here, I guess, always respecting everybody. You'll get respect back. So yeah, I'm happy to, you know, get the opportunity to meet all these people and have the opportunity to come to this place back to back and, you know, have fun every time and be treated like a, you know, like a brother, not a friend.
And one more time, how do these words sound to you? Al Cleland, quarterfinalist.
Fuck. Oops. Sounds insane. You know, I've never really done it in this kind of, you know, level, so I'm just really stoked to get the opportunity and, you know, surf against one of my idols on the quarters is going to be insane, so I can't wait for that.
Vamos, Al. Let's go.
Love it. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Al. It's so cool to me because you get emotionally invested in an athlete's career and you want to see them do well. And seeing Al have the start to the year that he had, it was bumming. Like, I was like, no, I really want to see him get there. And I think you can see almost a weight lifting off his shoulders right now, Mitch.
Oh, 1,000%. But it's a testament to how difficult the tour is. You know, everybody on tour, male and female, rip, and they do this for a living for a reason. But you have a chance to be able to do it across 10 or 11 events over a calendar year, you know. So the big question right here is if you can keep doing it over the next 3 days, you know. Are you able to make the quarters, the semis, and then eventually convert to the final too? So I think he knows job's not done yet. He still wants to do more.
I love it. Whatever he's doing now, it's obviously working for him. Strider, we obviously had a short day, but a very fun day. And one of the heats that I actually loved watching was the Crosby and Italo matchup. I felt like that was this sick underdog v big dog matchup that we went into it. Crosby was looking good, but that yellow jersey is so comfortable and confident on Italo Ferreira.
Yeah, his surfing, you know, was vertical, and it was just easy to give him a big score right here. 7.5 on this wave. That first turn, electric, but the drop on that wave was so gnarly. Remember that? But then, you know, Crosby was not laying down. Crosby was actually fired up. I mean, he looked so sweet. He looked really smooth. He was finding lip line, big gouges. So, you know, it was really a tough go for Crosby because he looked unbelievable throughout this entire event so far. You know, guys were saying, you know, this is your event to win. And to come up against Italo, who's wounded, he, in his mind was thinking, okay, I got this. But then, in the end, this man comes flying out, bodyboarding, and then straight up into the lip right in front of Crosby. So really solid surfing. I mean, Italo is one of those guys that he's an entertainer. He's always going to bring you something that you were unexpecting. And if it's a takeoff underneath the lip to come out on your belly to get up and go straight vertical, or you know whatever it is, he's going to really bring something different. And he did in that heat, and everybody saw it. The judges loved it. You know.
Honestly, I just keep coming back to the fact that he has 8 stitches in his knee and he's doing surfing like that. Obviously, that's 7.5, and I just feel like the dominant performance that we saw from Italo, it feels like even with this injury on his knee, he's still so laser sharp in these conditions.
Well, remember the injury that he had at J-Bay a few years ago? The air, when you're just looking at the replay and you're thinking to yourself, there's no way in heck that this guy's going to make a comeback in the future of a CT career. He's been able to do that and be #1 in the world multiple times since then. So this guy's an animal. He comes from nothing. He knows what it takes to be able to be at that #1 spot. I don't think he wants to get rid of that quickly, Jess.
Oh, absolutely not. And I love the dad power he's bringing too. It's been fun to just see him flourish so far this year. Obviously, another really big matchup. It was easily the heat of the round. It was Jack Robinson taking on Gabe Medina, 2 laser-focused surfers, but Gabby is just in untouchable form so far this year. I mean, Toledo's really been the only guy to ruffle some feathers for him so far, Strider.
Yeah, I mean, this next turn right here is something I dream about doing. Just absolutely vertical to tail waft, fins out the back. I mean, if you're in this heat and you had to look back and see those fangs hanging out, you'd just be knowing that you're bleeding all over the place, because that was just such superior surfing right there. And the fangs were just set in right from the beginning.
Yeah, I love the fact that Jack, though, he's getting momentum, but maybe getting stuck in these rounds a little bit. But you can see he's still so driven here, Mitch.
He is. I think the big catalyst in this heat was that Gabe was able to get, you know, the quick start, be in the lead from the get-go, and then Jack was just playing catch-up the entire time and looking for a specific wave to take the lead too. Did have a 6 on this one, but unfortunately in the end, it was the pair of 6s for Gabe to be able to move up and of course push out in front at a wave that, you know, he hasn't won at yet, Jess. So there's an extra motivation and incentive right here for the 3-time world champion, Medina.
Does Gabe have more in the tank?
Oh, of course. Yeah, so that's you know, he's so far beyond what we can potentially see right here. 12 points, he's cruising at the moment, and, you know, just based off of the free surfs, there's been a lot of great guys. This guy's maintained consistency throughout, you know, the 4 events that we had before this when it came to that, and his boards still look incredible, Jess.
You know what's really fun as well is that we have just so many incredible surfers, but we have 2 Brazilian goofy foots on the same side of the draw. So potential for Italo and Gabe to meet, but not a massive total. I mean, 13-3-4. Jack was well and truly in that heat strider.
Yeah, and I think, you know, to be honest, that, you know, this round and as the event progresses, you know, the judges are setting scales kind of low. And so, you know, you're looking at the scores going, oh, they're not that high, but it's where it was set. And so everybody had to kind of surf to it. I feel like finals day will be a little higher, just, you know, naturally with everybody going out and having to, you know, it's going to be like 8s or lates for sure during the finals day.
I can't wait. Obviously, speaking of the finals day, we now have the quarterfinals completely set up. For me, I'm loving the feel of the underdogs in the top half of the draw, Mitch.
Yeah, Marco's got a lot to prove right there. He's looking for his first CT win. Love that matchup between Cal and Kanoa at the beginning of the bracket. I think Kanoa's due for a big result, and he's looking for his second victory. He has multiple finals. Look at the Goofies, though. They're matching up in quarter 3.
That's the one I want to see, baby. That's going to be just fireworks right there, because you're going to have kind of the tactician against the powerhouse, you know, because Kauli's just got those huge, those quads are massive on that guy. He loves laying in to the power hack on the backhand, and Italo's going to be more precise with his work.
The thing I love about every single one of those quarterfinals is it kind of is that same storyline we've had all throughout the season so far. It's vet v the underdog. Think about Kauli and Italo, obviously Cal and Kanoa. I mean, Kanoa is so calculated in his approach. So this is a really great opportunity for that underdog story to keep on running through. But those calculated vets are just so hard to knock down. And we have a really similar story on the women's side as well. It has been a really interesting way to run to the quarterfinals. But of course, both yellow jerseys still in the draw here, Strider.
Yeah, and you know what? I feel like this thing's just going to wind down, and Katie Simmers and Gabriella Bryan are going to be going at it in the finals. It's going to be so fun to watch.
Well, the former world champions right there in quarter number 3. Defending world champion Molly Picklum up against 2-time event winner right here in Caroline Marks. Quarter 2, super interesting. Luana Silva looking for her first CT win, Jess. Going up against Carissa Moore, who's just been on fire since Raglan. Lulu, though, I mean, out here with these waves, she's great, and I think she's very motivated right now to get numero uno under her belt at the moment.
She's come so close so many times, especially this season. She's already had 2 finals this season and had second in both, so I feel like you can see she's given herself already another opportunity to try and go for it. She has a long road ahead of her still. The finals still a way away. Obviously, what we want to see is pumping waves for finals day or the next couple of days of competition. Let's take a look at the Surfline forecast here. Obviously, comp is called off. We're expecting a bit of a storm to roll in tomorrow, but then after that, Mitch, the waves look really fun.
Yeah, over the course of the weekend, and I think the main thing right here is just we need consistency for these surfers, right? To be able to have good wins over the course of about, 8 to 10 hours in a day, and you see right there, the Pacific Ocean has been very active next 4 days. Seems like tomorrow, 5 to 8 feet, side shore, it doesn't look good in the afternoon either. Friday could be, having some potential, but Saturday and Sunday look like really quality days, Jess. I feel like that's having the potential right there.
Yeah, after talking to the Surfline crew, it looked like Saturday morning could be just
hinting at it, huh?
Pumping.
There's definitely, we're lucky for that back half of the window. I mean, we could rock up here Friday and it's absolutely pumping as well. It's so hard to walk away.
We'll call it on if it's pumping.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
It's not like we're going to walk away from good waves.
No, it's so hard to walk away. So actually really lucky. Tomorrow, like I mentioned, a bit of a storm rolling through, but I'm rubbing my hands together for those last 3 days. But let's wrap up of what the day was today. Top 5 moments. Obviously, obviously, of course, we cannot go past this guy. I mean, he is just so reliable in competition so far this year. Gabe Medina taking down Jack Robinson Mitch.
Yeah, great looking boards under his feet too with the Caviancas. Love the explosiveness on the outside, the maneuver selection. He just looks methodical and he's cruising at the moment. You asked me if he has a lot more in the tank. He does. We're still waiting on those 8s and those 9s to be posted. Needs to be on those right waves to be able to get those scores, but if today's any indication, he was just having fun out there. So we got a lot more to expect out of the 3-time world champion right here on his run.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see him, especially in that late half of the window, just in those pumping waves, picking off those ones, teeing off, going nicer and vertical in them. So Gabe Medina continues a fun and free-looking year so far. He's into the quarters in El Salvador. Now, this was a fun heat, but Leo Fioravanti taking down Sammy Pupo, but what a fun exchange right at the end of the heat, Strider.
Yeah, you know what? The surfing Miguel Pupo was doing was just insane.
Oh
Sammy, just
God.
that was so gnarly. I just like throwing that kind of risk into it was just incredible. But you know what? This guy was on fire too. He's not scared. The powerhouse. I mean, I feel like he is pushing some G's every time he throws a turn down. He just like is compressing and putting that core to work, which is impressive. Coming out of turns with speed, and then, you know, the finish, the drop wallet. I mean, everything is so laser sharp. The sharp eye looking really solid under his feet.
Sammy Pupo obviously having an incredible year as well. So he is sent packing to Brazil. This guy, though, had one of the most entertaining moments of the day. We cannot go past that takeoff into this huge first turn there for Italo.
The man without fear is what we like to call him, and you know, he's just so entertaining, so fun to watch, and of course just flying down the line on the majority of these waves too. But the timing to be able to go bodyboarding and then immediately stand up straight into the lip, few people can do it. He's one of them, Jess. And
with eight stitches.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the part of it all. It's like, you have stitches in your knee? What are you talking about? This guy's an absolute animal. Coming in at number 2, Alan Cleland, making it to the quarterfinals for his first time in his championship to a career here, Strider.
Surfing like that, rightfully so. I mean, that was a straight out attack on the lip line. I mean, he destroyed that thing and came riding out in front of it. So for me, Al Cleland is a great underdog story. He's coming up against Gabriel Medina, which is going to be hard.
Then this guy coming in at number 1, got a 7 right out the gates, then waited 40 minutes for this. He only caught 2 waves in this heat, Mitch.
Yeah, and what's so crazy about him too is that it's not like he's doing it with flashy acrobatics or anything, just he's doing the simple, but he's doing it so well that they're forced to give him big scores. But if you look at every single one of his heats, he's been on the best wave so far. And at this point, at this level, you have to be on the best waves to be able to advance. He's been able to do that a couple of times so far in this event. But as you said, waited a long time to be able to get his back up. It worked out in the end for him.
Yeah.
100% gangster. Just, I got this, no problem. I'm easy. I'm going to throw this first one down, then I'm going to wait till the very end to get my last wave. And just easy, solid surfing right there from Kauli Vaast.
And just a lunatic, too. He charges big chopes, then comes straight here to compete in a jersey. Kid can do it all.
He said that was why he's doing well, because he was so stressed out of almost dying at Chopu in the heaviest waves of his life that he came here and everything's easy.
Well, first of all, guys, I just wanted to say, even though it was short but sweet, again, another brilliant day of working with you guys. Love you a lot. Salut. And of course, we actually have called the event off tomorrow. We have a crazy storm coming through, so we're going to bunker down, wait for that to pass, and then we have a 6:30 call on Friday. Like we mentioned, it's a really fun looking end of the window. But guys, again, love yous. Maybe let's go get some lunch after this, and then let's come back in a few days' time and just enjoy some fun looking surfing at Punta Roca. You guys get to enjoy some highlights, but we'll see you guys in a couple days' time. Cheers.
At least This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.